Hello and welcome to a whole new episode of your program Culture Magazine. Allow me to be your guide through a journey of diverse segments from culture, heritage, traditional and artistic works. And now, ladies and gentlemen, let's start our episode. The Cairo Opera House is the cultural lighthouse of the Middle East. It presents serious arts and an address of Egypt's artistic and cultural identity, exporting a lofty image of our dear Egypt and exposing this nation to a diverse range of cultural exchange. The Cairo Opera House continued the Greatest Symphony series at the Cairo Symphony Orchestra's concert conducted by Maestro Mina Zekri and with the participation of the violinist Rana Abdul Wahab, who came from Germany specially to participate in the concert based on an invitation from Maestro Ahmad Saidi. The program included a number of the most important international classical compositions, including Tchaikovsky's Violin and Orchestra Concerto and Schubert's Ninth Symphony. It is worth noting that Rana Abdul Wahab is a promising talent who started playing music in the first year of middle school and won the Young Innovator Award in its first session. She attracted attention with her mastery and skill in performing many international compositions that require distinctive artistic capabilities and won the admiration of the public and critics.
embodying the Ministry of Culture's goals in building bridges of creative cooperation with different countries of the world and in different fields. Let's watch our next segment.
As part of the Ministry's culture ongoing efforts to enhance the creative productions of the Cairo Opera House, the Cairo Opera Company has presented two operas from the Tiretco the Rion the trilogy by legendary composer Giacomo Puccini. This production featuring Sor Angelica and Gianni Cecchi enriched the company's artistic repertoire and reflects its commitment to artistic excellence. The performances took place at the Grand Theatre, accompanied by the Cairo Opera Orchestra under the baton of Maestro Ahmed Farag, with the participation of the Cairo's Opera Choir and under the direction of Mehdi.
First of all, the two shows, it's quite interesting because Puccini, the Italian composer, he already wrote a trilogy for 3 operas. Tonight we will present 2 operas, Sister Angelica and Gianni Schicchi. Gianni Schicchi, it's the only comic opera that Puccini wrote it. And Sor Angelica or Sister Angelica, it's that typical stories that Puccini always tried to present, the suffering of women, and it's more tragic than the Gianni Schicchi, yeah. So the difference between them is quite big, yeah. It's one very dramatic and one very comedy. It's a family that they lose the father of the family, and they will try to get the money of the dead guy. So they make a deal with a guy his name is Gianni Schicchi, that he will present himself as Buoso, the guy who already dead, to write the money and what he has for all his family. Yes, in a comic way, yeah. I'm already working at the Opera House as a conductor 10 years ago with the operas, but this is the first time that we present these 2 operas.
Sor Angelica is a poignant one-act opera that tells the tragic story of a young nun whose peaceful life in the convent is upended by a painful revelation about her past. This revelation sets her on a profound emotional journey of love, loss, and redemption.
Today we're doing two operas for Puccini, Suor Angelica and Gianni Schicchi. Totally two different operas. One is very tragic, the other one is very comic actually. And we're celebrating 100 years of Puccini today by performing those two operas. In Suor Angelica I'm performing the role of Suor Genevieve. She's one of the main nuns. And in Gianni Schicchi I'm performing Lauretta, Gianni Schicchi's daughter. It's absolutely different characters because Suor Angelica, we're nuns, we're all nuns, and we're all sad. It's tragic. It's very tragic. On the other hand, Gianni Schicchi is very funny. She's in love. Lauretta in Gianni Schicchi, she's so much in love with Rinuccio. She's trying to be with Rinuccio the whole opera. Actually, eventually she does. She ends up with Rinuccio. So it's totally different characters. Of course, if I'm gonna choose between the two characters, of course I'm gonna choose Lauretta. Yes, of course, because she's almost my real character, so I can relate to the character very much. So I like this role very much, actually.
النهارده بنحتفل بمئوية بوتشيني بنقدم
Today we honor the legacy of the great composer Giacomo Puccini by presenting two exceptional works from his Rignota Trittico, Suor Angelica and Gianni Schicchi. Suor Angelica is a deeply pregnant opera rich in drama and emotion, exploring themes of love, loss and redemption. In contrast, Gianni Schicchi is a brilliant comic masterpiece showcasing Puccini's remarkable ability to blend the humor with musical sophistication. The juxtaposition of these two works in a single evening highlights the depth and the versatility of the Puccini's artistry. This historic performance marks the first time these operas are being staged in Egypt and in the entire Arab world. Given the complexity of Puccini's composition, these works present significant musical challenges demanding exceptional pressure and dedication from both the singers and the orchestra. Successfully bringing the two Trittico to life life is the testament to their extraordinary talent and commitment to artistic excellence. The presentation of Sor Angelica and Gianni Setchichi aligns with the Egyptian Opera House mission to foster artistic innovation, celebrate the Arab culture contributions on the global stage, and preserve the rich artistic heritage for future generations.
In our program, we're always keen to shed the lights on the events that aims to revive our history and heritage, so let's watch our next segment.
Recently, we lost a name that has been synonymous with the mystic Islamic tradition of Sufism and the preservation of Egyptian folkloric heritage, who dedicated his life to pursuing mystic and folkloric knowledge. El-Touni has also served as the director of the Artistic Creativity Center at the Dom el-Ghuri. He is the founder of the Sufi chanting group Egyptian Mawlawiya, which was established in 1994.
Our next segment is for a young band founded by friends who gathered in one interest and passion, which is reviving our history, heritage, and folklore. So let's watch together.
فولكلوريتا هي معنية بشكل الغناء التراثي، ومكان مناسب لقبة الغوري علشان ده نوع من إحياء التراث. لأن احنا
Folklorita is a band that is dedicated to revive the musical heritage through traditional songs, and holding the concert in such historical place is a good example for art and heritage to entwine in such authentic places, in which all the cultural venues and creativity centers in Egypt are always keen to present diverse programs and various performances in many artistic fields, a great attraction for culture and art lovers, and a great opportunity for tourists and expatriates to enjoy the Egyptian diverse culture.